If you're considering if spinal decompression is what you're looking for or what you need to solve your problems, odds are very high that you've been dealing with your lower back pain, chronic leg pain, sciatica, neck pain, even numbness in the arms and the hands for many, many years. I just want to make sure that we back up and let you understand, how did you get to this point? All right, to understand how you got to this point, you have to understand what normal is. When you look at this chart, your neck and your low back both have forward curves. Your middle back has a backward curve. Those curves are shock absorbers. What happens to your spine is from those little jolts, jars, sports, slips, trips, and falls, car accidents, all those little events that we have in our life. What it does is it creates misfunction or malfunction within the motion of your spine. In chiropractic, we call that a subluxation. Now, what we mean by that is when you take that curve away from the neck, what happens is that neck will go straight. That's very simple to understand because no longer is that pressure now a shock absorber. Now that pressure is going directly down through your spine. That's what will cause damage 10, 15, even 20 years later. If you have had an MRI, oftentimes you will have heard the terms a bulged disc, herniated, or even a ruptured disc. A bulged disc is what we would consider a phase 1 problem. Oftentimes in the medical world, they will simply tell you that a bulged disc is normal. Well, if a bulged disc was normal, why aren't all the discs bulged? All right, the reason that you have a bulged disc is because somewhere along the line from that slip, trip, fall, just sitting for the work that you do, life in general, what happens is you've lost that normal motion across that disc. What it does in the spine is it will lock down, or what again we refer to as a subluxation. When you have a subluxation in your spine, it is not something that always will cause you a problem immediately. Many times when we take a look at an x-ray, oftentimes there are 10, 15, even 30 years worth of damage on there. You have to understand that the discs just don't go from normal to very thin overnight or in 6 months. That process actually takes 10 to 15 years to occur. Now, oftentimes we do understand, you may have said, hey, all I did was bend over to put my shoes on last week and my back went out. Well, the reality is your back just didn't go out last week. What that tells me as a chiropractor is that you are likely working on top of a faulty foundation, or meaning you have long-standing issues or malfunction within your spine. This is exactly why x-rays are so helpful to us, because we can tell you exactly where those faulty foundations are in your spine, how severe, how long it has been there. So when you look at the normal spine chart, obviously normal alignment is at the top. Phase 1 is basically a straightening of your neck. In the lower back, it is a bulged disc. As that pressure remains on that disc, what happens, you will go into what we call phase 2. Phase 2 is what shows up on your x-ray. That disc is now beginning to thin, and oftentimes the bones are beginning to roughen, what a lot of people commonly refer to as bone spurs. If that pressure stays there as you get older, that just simply means you're going to cause more and more damage as time goes on. You'll have more levels of degenerative disc, you'll have bigger bone spurs. In essence, we all understand, if you have more arthritis, your quality of life is going to be going down. You'll notice on that chart, I don't even have a stage 4. If you fall off on my chart, down in here is where I can't help you. You won't be seeing me at that phase. That is the drugs, the surgeries. It's basically all the things that everyone is trying to avoid, and why you have an interest in spinal decompression. The biggest benefit that we can give to you is by having you understand how these problems started. You can share this with your friends and family. Why should they be waiting until their spine breaks down after 10, 20, 30 years? That is exactly how I found myself in chiropractic. My father on the farm hurt his back, could not do drugs or surgery, obviously, and take care of the animals. So what he did, he eventually saw the chiropractor. And of course, as they say, the rest of the story, it's history. Not only did he get amazing results, but at the same time, it turned me on to the profession that I love so much as well. At this time, you may have some very specific questions in regards to your case. What I'm going to do is I'm going to offer a complimentary phone consultation with me. What I will do is I will waive my normal $50 fee for that phone consultation. So it'll be complimentary, and we can discuss one-on-one some specific details about your case. The benefit of that, it can save us time and money, because if you're not a fit for spinal decompression, we will very likely have an idea across the telephone. So please, if you have anything specific that you would like to have answered, please take advantage of this offer, and I'd love to talk to you in person.